Okay, Bimal, start with your introduction.
My name is Bimal Kumar and I have completed my graduation from Rajiv Gandhi University, Bhopal, and I have total 3.5 years of experience in IT sector and as well as Mulesoft. And apart from this, in a current organization, I have a skill of mine in any point, a skill of mine in different kinds of technology like designing REML, API, any point studio, any point platform, and and in terms of database, we have experience in MySQL and Oracles. And apart from this, I am quick learner and I have ability to find the problem solution in efficient manner. That is.
So, can you explain your last project?
My last project was Ariba and integrating next. And line of business was to create a certificate for the vendors and also, vendors. And domains of business the domains of business was a e-commerce site, and client location was Lexil, and client was Japan. Client Japan. And actually, in this we have Ariba was a sources system and also a target system, and it was a REML based API, and integrating next was a process API in which it is runs on every frequency of the 6 hours, and they actually do they call the Ariba and fetch all the vendor suppliers data, and in every 6 hours. And for the for that we have write the cron expression for the fetching the data, which runs on a in every 6 hours and once in a week. They actually do fetch the business the data certification from the system API, and after that based on that we have to create like form kinds of the data like environment protection and quality management, energy management, carbon footprint, and this type health and human rights and levels. And this type of certificate we visually we have to create. Based on that, we used to create the certificate.
Okay. So, like in your project, how many applications were created?
3.
What
Two
kind of
system.
application?
Two were REML based API, one was scheduler based API, which is process API.
Fine. So, like the RAML based API, where did you create a RAML API first?
We create a REML API in a design center.
So, you're talking about RAML. So, do you know what are types and traits available in a RAML?
Threads is basically used to define the common attribute like HTTP method, get, put, push, delete, this type of method in which we basically define the common security, common errors, and the common attribute, which is which is used to frequently. It is purpose of this to use the reusability purpose, and this comes under fragmentation, and in which text can be used keyword each.
Okay. So, like suppose you are using lots of types and lots of traits in your RAML, and it looks like kind of bulky. So I want to keep that a little less bulky and user friendly. So what would be the approach?
We will create a example folder. We will put all the examples or response type in a that, and we will include by including keyword we will able to access that data in in examples.
Okay, fine. So like what is the keyword to refer an external file in the main RAML?
Include.
Only include.
Has not include like that. Include and reference of the examples. And location, I mean location of the examples. We will copy the path of that, and I will include and path of the example.
Fine. So, when you implement this YAML file in your like studio, so what is the first thing? What are the things that are automatically created in your studio?
Uh, whatever we have put the that methods in RMLs that will automatically come in any point studio. Apart from that, as per requirement, we will put the flow or some choice as per choice router to filter this type of thing we will do in any point studio.
Have you heard about API kit router? I think it is also created.
Yes, yes. API kit router basically used to validate the request and send a message to the corresponding placeholder. If the request is proper, then send okay. If the request is not proper, it send errors.
Okay. So, what is the approach of creating placeholder flows? Like on what basis these flows are created? Placeholder.
On the basis of the how many HTTP method you basically use in RMLs, that basically it is used to HTTP method is equal to corresponding placeholder.
So, what? How many types of placeholder flows you are aware of? I mean, sorry, my bad. How many kind of HTTP requests you are aware of?
Uh, like a get method, put method, paste. Sorry, can you repeat?
Yes, I was asking about the methods.
Then get, put, paste, patch, and delete. These are the method which you basically use.
So, what is the difference between put and patch method?
Put is basically used to avoid a duplicate record or a repeated records. If there is already existing data, that will be overwrite by the put method. In the case of patch, we can basically use to partially change for the data for the posting the data. In a patch method, only partially data can be modified or changed.
So, and where do we deploy our application?
We deploy our project in any point platform by using CIDC tools in a runtime manager.
Not CIDC, CICD.
CICD, yes.
So, in the runtime managers, have you heard about horizontal scaling and vertical scaling?
Yes, ma'am. Horizontal scaling is basically used to the worker size, and it's called horizontal scaling. In the vertical scaling, we increase the workers. Worker is defined as or is dedicated to 10 or content in which the mule application, mule project in cloud. Yes, ma'am.
So, apart from that, what kind of scopes you have used in your project?
Try scope for each scope, color for each scope, batch job scope, batch aggregator scope, and async scope, and these are these are the scope we have used.
What is async scope?
Sync scope is basically used to receive it is independent of the sender and system and the receiver system. Okay, ma'am, I will recall it.
Right. Okay. So what was how error handling is done in here?
Can you repeat?
How error handling is done in Mulesoft?
Uh, by two scope provided a Mulesoft on error continue and or error propagate. And on error continue, suppose when mule event is created, that time unique ID is when the mule event is created and in the main flow and on error continue receive the errors and and execute the process and finally send that success. And on error continue and suppress the errors. And on error propagate, suppose when the mule main flow and on error propagate receive the errors and execute the process and finally read through the errors. And on error continue delete the errors.
Okay. And at how many levels error handling is done?
Mm, by process handling, flow level error handling, and API level error handling.
Can you explain that?
Uh, Basically process level error handling is done when there is a requirement to when we want to travel in the flow and in any flow where is a doubtful where there is a chance of getting the error doubtful process, then we rep that processor with try scope with on error continue to suppress the errors. And API and flow level error handling is done in only private flow, and the process application level is error is done for the all the API in which we apply the global level error handling strategy in which any flow where error is generated, we capture that message and a message and to send to the Elasticsearch by the HTTP request connector.
Okay, Bimal. Uh, can you tell me the difference between map and map object?
Uh, Map function is used. Its payload is array and output is also array. It iterate over item index and in a map object, its a payload is object and output is also object. It iterate over key and key value or key value pairs both.
Good. Suppose we have some properties whose value is secured. I want one of the value secure value. Hmm. Which function we will use?
We will use property p function set
P
to
function. And can you tell me the structure to get the
uh,
secure value?
secure value and secure value column and key name.
No, no. Tell me properly. P, first P.
Yes, key and bracket and secure and column and key name.
Very good. Colon, key name. Okay. Do you have any idea in SQL?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Suppose the table name is EMP. I want to see all the records from the employee table, EMP table. Can you tell me their SQL query?
Yes, sir. Select a star from employee.
EMP. Table name is EMP. Okay. Very good. Hmm.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Hmm. Do you have any idea how to join two table?
Yes, sir.
Suppose table
Select
T1 contains
column.
1 minute. Suppose I am giving you two table T1 and T2. Hmm. You just tell me the general syntax to join the two table, and I am applying inner join. Hmm.
Yes, sir. And select columns of the both the tables
Mhm.
like and T1 from join and inner join, T2 on condition, whatever the same.
Very good, very good. Deval, suppose I need to find out the second highest salary from the EMP table. Can you tell me the SQL query for that?
Yes, sir. Select a star from the EMP and ascending order by descending limit 2.
But when we apply limit 2, na, so we'll get two records, not one record, right? It will give
Yes,
two records, first highest and second highest. I want only second highest. Your query,
yes,
whatever
sir.
you told here, na, your query will give the result of first highest and second highest. But I want only second highest.
Then we will go with
If
another
you
select.
remember, you tell. If you don't remember, no problem.
We will go with another method with a dense rank method.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Select table columns and dense rank. If there is department, we will put a department partition by department, and after the as a
Then,
CNT.
see,
C,
you have only
yes,
one table EMP. Okay.
yes,
All
sir.
right. You have only one table EMP, which contains all the record, whatever we want. Hmm. So we have to find the find the records which has the second highest salary.
Okay, sir. And select select star dense rank and from sorry, sir, I will recall it, sir.
Okay, fine, fine. Next time you remember this query.
Yes,
Important.
sir.
And do you know about transaction
Yes, sir.
and how Mulesoft uses transaction management?
Yes, sir. Transaction management is basically used to consistency of the data data, and it it support the acid property like sir, I will recall this the transaction property.
Okay, all right, all right. We'll start with Mumtaz. Nida, continue.
Yeah, that's start with the introduction.
Hi, I am Mumtaz Alam. I have done a BTech from BN Bandal University in 2020, and I have total 3 year experience in IT sector and 3 year experience in Mulesoft developer. And my last organization was TSS TechSoft Solution Private Limited, and I worked as a Mulesoft developer. That's all.
Fine. So, what was your roles and responsibility in the last organization?
Uh, uh, Sorry, sir, and I'm just coming to Purnia. So next mock continue.
So, okay, so can you explain some of the scopes?
Sorry.
Can you explain some of the scopes in user?
Yeah. So there are many scope in MuleSoft. So honor continue, honor propagate, and uh, and until successful scope and object store scope and uh, mm, choice router. So
So, what is the choice? So, choice is a router. I asked about the scopes.
so sorry, so choice router.
Okay. Do you know how error handling is done in Mulesoft?
Yeah. By provided by to a scope error handling. So on error continue and on error propagate.
What is the difference?
So suppose mule event processor throw error and on error continue suppress the error and send finally success. And on error continue suppress the error and on error propagate. Suppose a mule event processor throw error and on error propagate suppress the error and process the error and finally send failure and on error propagate delegate the error.
Fine. So, apart from that, at what levels error handling is done?
So uh, three types of error handling. So uh, uh, processor level error handling and follow level error handling and application level error handling.
Can you just explain the application level error handling?
So application where we want to error to be done follow no and all all error sorry I can't recall ma'am
Okay.
sorry continue next continue because 10 days I'm not revising
Okay. Fine.
yeah,
Fine.
yeah.
Okay. Moving on, like, can you explain how do you call